it's being talked about around here a lot. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's a clean house time. Maybe it is. Maybe it's time. And I like Coach Tomlin. I have a lot of respect for Coach Tomlin. But maybe it's best for him too.
Sure.
Maybe a fresh start for him is what's best. Whether that's in the pros, whether maybe go be Penn State's head coach. You know what he would do at Penn State? He'd probably go win national championships.
Now, this is not something I thought I'd ever hear. And from his former quarterback, Stephen A., your thoughts on Big Ben saying maybe Mike Tomlin should go to Penn State and be their head coach?
Well, I think that anything that Big Ben says about the Steelers, we have to listen to. He's a two-time Super Bowl champion and a future Hall of Famer. And, you know, he just left that locker room 3 years ago. He would know. I would tell you that I see Mike Tomlin as an NFL coach as opposed to a college coach. You would have to tell me what kind of NIL money Penn State was willing to throw into its coffers for a coach to go out there and compete in today's NFL. If you're talking about Mike Tomlin going into a living room to recruit kids, you can't tell me two people that would be better than him at that. He would be elite at that, and I think that he would get a boatload of athletes to come to Penn State, and he would instantaneously resurrect that program. Whether or not he wants to deal with things administratively and what comes with being a college football coach, I've never got the impression that he's been interested in anything but the NFL. But this is not beyond the pale. It's not off kilter. Ben Roethlisberger is not off his rocker by saying such a thing. I think it's something that Penn State should have thought about, to be quite honest with you. But I do appreciate Ben acknowledging that it appears to be time for a change in Pittsburgh. I love Mike Tomlin, and Mike Tomlin is great to me, but you haven't won a playoff game since 2016, Doggy and Paul. And what I've said on national television repeatedly over the last week is this: had that been any other coach that hasn't won a playoff game since 2016, what would we be saying? That's just being fair.
Yep, I agree. What is your reaction, Paulie, to Tomlin possibly going to Penn State?
Everything that Stephen A. said about Mike Tomlin, I agree with, but I just don't think going from where he is right now, beleaguered and embattled, and immediately going into college football, especially at a school like Penn State, would be the wrong move. I think Mike Tomlin needs to take a break and take a year off, do whatever he wants to do TV, be on with Stephen A. and Doggy and Shay. But I think going right to that job, he would not be mentally prepared for it. I mean, as great as he is, he's a discipline-oriented coach. To have to deal with the insanity of college football today, to have to start stealing players in the portal, and that's really what he would have to do, because he would miss the high school recruiting. That is today. High school recruiting day, signing day is right now to do, because he would miss the high school recruiting. That is today. High school recruiting day, signing day is right now, not 3 weeks from now when the NFL regular season ends. So, Big Ben, great idea, but the wrong time. I think he would be a mess right now trying to make that transition.
Yeah, I agree with both you guys. I think he's a pro coach. And I'll tell you something else, too. Think about this game Sunday. A lot of people think Harbaugh should go, too. He's been there a long time in Baltimore. It has been a long time since he's won. He's got a great quarterback. A lot of people in Baltimore, they're 6-6, underachieved, lose a lot of playoff games. Maybe both openings in the NFL this year.
Let me say this one last point, because I think it's important to say with both of you here. Players get let go all the time. Players get changed all the time. There's trades, there's cuts, there's all of these different things. Just because somebody is saying that it's time doesn't mean you can't coach. Doesn't mean you don't deserve to be a head coach. It just means it might be. And we don't say that enough. When I talk about Mike Tomlin, if you're talking about John Harbaugh, the city of Baltimore, the city of Pittsburgh, because of the expectations that come with those franchises, have every right to say, it's time for a change. It's time for a new voice. That's all. Now, if you're saying a person can't coach, they deserve to be fired, get rid of them, they don't deserve another job, you're being too damn harsh.
I agree.
But there does come a point in time where you, in that locale, that specific place,
100%.
Hey, it's time for change.
Penn State should hope he'd want to go there. Right now, I think they have 3 recruits. They fired their coach in October before anyone else.
And the BYU guy blew him off.
I mean, they've gone through a list of people. They are in a world of hurt right now.
Pitch him. That's how you get them to listen. And the other thing you ain't supposed to say is have the vets in there put the beat down on them.
That's what he said.
That's the 2 ways you change behavior. I had a coach tell me one time, hey, listen, shame, embarrassment embarrassment ain't always bad. Sometimes it changes behavior.
Let's bring back some shame.
Let's put some shame and embarrassment on these clowns. Put them up on, and then the vets need to put hands on some folks. You know what I mean? Put them in some lockers and make people understand, bro. All of our jobs are tied to you. We're all tied together. Like, if you ain't doing your job, I can't make nearly as much money, and vice versa. Like, understand, we're all grown. We're feeding families, taking care of families. That's real. That's the real part.
Yep. I got nothing to add to that. Like, I mean, it's. I think that ultimately most people don't change. Like, you could be like a couple degrees different than who you are. So there's some people that I ain't got it in me to change you. If you're talented enough, which I think the players that we're talking about are the ones that are so talented, like, they learn their lessons at a different pace, and you can try to expedite that lesson by physical and also conversations and consequences. So yeah, I think it's no different than any other workplace. It's a unique workplace, but it's the same thing that if you're talented enough, you can get away with some things. But if you're not going to learn your lesson, you're going to have to pay some
price.
But
what were the consequences that you guys actually cared about? Playing time? I mean, you guys are the wrong ones,
yeah.
right? You guys are probably not the ones that actually have to deal with it.
100%.
And that's the truth of most guys in the league.
That's right.
And it's like, you don't get there. At some point, you get sorted out. You don't make it through college or high school or get drafted if you are a guy who's not able to follow directions or fall in line. If you're talented enough that none of that matters, then none of that matters.
Right. Yeah, but guess what? You need those guys on your team. If you're talented enough where none of that matters, because ain't a whole lot of guys like that walking around planet Earth. They just left the hospital with more.
Yeah, that's right. That's genetic. They won the genetic lottery, and that's the reality. And you know that. You see it. Let me tell you something, bro. When dudes walk on the field, you see it right away, and you're like, all right, I wasn't that guy. They would fire me and move on, right, and go find somebody else to replace what I can do. Like,
but did you have to do that in your time as a head coach? Did you have to discipline any specific player?
Absolutely.
And how do you handle that?
I benched him and cut him. I mean, that's what I did. I mean, because to me, fines like that. What is that going to do, right? Like, you find somebody for like doing dumb stuff, right? But like, if you consistently can't show up for a meeting, I end up having to let a player go, right? And then I tried to bench play, but I had significant discipline issues that. And then at some point, like, there's too many to handle. Like, you have, because whatever the process is, man, it's like it permeates the building, and that's the problem, because they don't realize, like, it's not just one. It's that one turns into 10, and that the other 9 ain't the one.
And I think also getting them around other people who are like later in their career. Like, you can be around a guy who just like experienced just such a level of like regret for missing their opportunity that you get them in that aura of a guy who was super talented but is now just sitting in his own penitence just because he got destroyed because he had an opportunity to be great and didn't like succeed. And that's right. Those guys will learn from that.
Yeah.
Big game in Lambeau Field this weekend between the Bears and the Packers. Head coach quarterback tandem that you have the most faith in.
Ooh. Unfeigned faith in my guy Jordan Love. Love him.
Yeah.
He's the best. Jeff, did you come around?
I have come around.
Unfeigned faith.
Oh, I have come around.
You love Love?
I've come around. I got after him after the I forget it was the Monday night game or whatever when I got after him, and but no, man, he played fantastic last week and carried them, and he's played really well since. And LaFleur is a great call, and the bottom line is their defense. Yeah, the defense is legit, and the Bears. As excited as I am about what the Bears are going to be, they better go tote that rock. Like this week, they better script a run game, because if they get into a drop back pass game all day, it could get ugly in a hurry. I think Ben Johnson's idea is go be the most physical team for 60 minutes and make it as ugly as we can make it, and see if we can,
They didn't have a problem doing that against Philadelphia.
Agreed. But Philly ain't got that offense either. Like Green Bay's offense is better than Philly's. You know what I mean?
Offense don't matter if they can't get on the field.
Well, yeah.
The Bears held the ball for 40 minutes.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I mean, I love Ben Johnson's game. His game is unreal.
I think the interesting thing about Ben Johnson is the X's and O's of it. I didn't know that he could scheme up a run game in the way that he could. The way he carved up the Eagles' defensive front, I didn't expect it. I mean, is this the guy that's going to be coach of the year?
Absolutely.
Might be. I mean, I think that we'll figure it out. Like Vrabel's in the conversation. I think if the Cowboys pull off what we are hoping for, then Shotty's in the conversation.
That's true, too. I didn't think about Sharpe.
There's a lot of people who are in that conversation for coach of the year. But I think what Ben Johnson has done, watching the run game stuff, especially with Jeff, like you see the different ways that they find ways to get advantages for their offensive line, and it seems like how a lot of coaches want to scheme up pass plays because it's fun.
Yes.
It feels like Ben Johnson is doing the same thing, finding isolations and opportunities to get his guys advantages on the O-line.
So he is I think McVay is very similar in how he wants his run game to be. Like he wants to help his offensive linemen. He wants to make sure you're giving them good angles, you're giving them good sets. The pass plays or the play action pass plays tie in extremely well. You know, you can use your tight ends, leak them out, do some things like that. Ben Johnson has it, but Ben Johnson takes it his concept of wham, which is like when he can bring a tight end in motion, he'll wham a one technique like he does, and then the backs, as the season has progressed, the backs are seeing where the ball should go. They're bending it all the way back. They're going front side. Like they're doing the things. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like high school football, where you go, I'm going to throw the ball 4 times this week, and I'm going to go and I'm going to give you 50 different. And I feel like Ben Johnson commits, which is rare in our game. He commits that much effort to the run game, and I love it.
It slows down. Like all the D linemen, they seem to slow down because they don't know if they're going to get hit from the side.
That's right.
Or they're going to get head on, or if the run's going away, or if it's going to be play action pass, and that little 1/10 of a second
changes.
Yeah, it makes your job a lot easier, especially if you're passing the ball. You get a half second more to pass the ball because the lineman's a little bit hesitant because he can't read it because he's seen 4 different runs come in his direction, and he's gotten hit from this side, hit from that side, and then